Is your daily handful of nuts truly nurturing your golden years or silently dimming your light? Many make this mistake. The truth about these tiny powerhouses might surprise you. What if a few simple swaps could profoundly change your energy, your clarity? Stay with me, for the final understanding we uncover is where the deepest wisdom lies. Daily nourishment. We often seek grand gestures, monumental shifts, when we consider our well-being, especially as the seasons of our lives advance. Yet, much like the tallest, most resilient tree in the forest began as a humble seed, reliant on the consistent, almost imperceptible nourishment of sun, water, and earth, so too does our vitality depend on the small, consistent acts of care we offer ourselves. Consider the walnut. This small, intricately folded kernel, so strikingly similar in appearance to the human brain it seeks to nourish, holds within it a profound gift for our cognitive vitality. It is not merely a food, it is an offering of ancient wisdom, a compact source of omega-3 fatty acids, those essential building blocks that our minds crave for clarity, for memory, for the ability to process the world with continued sharpness. In the quiet consumption of just a few of these each day, we are not just eating, we are engaging in a ritual of self-respect, acknowledging the intricate connection between what we consume and how we perceive, how we remember, how we engage with the beautiful tapestry of life. The journey towards sustained health is not a sprint. It is a gentle, meandering path, much like a stream finding its way through a valley. There will be moments of faster flow and moments of quiet pooling, but the consistency of the current is what shapes the landscape. Introducing walnuts into your daily rhythm can be one such gentle, consistent current. Think not of it as a chore or another rule to follow, but as an act of kindness to your future self. Perhaps they are soaked overnight to awaken their full potential, making them softer, easier to digest, their inherent life force more accessible. Or perhaps they are mindfully chewed, each texture and subtle flavor appreciated, allowing the body the time it needs to recognize and welcome the nourishment. This mindful consumption is key. In our fast-paced world, we often rush, we devour, we forget to connect with the very source of our energy. But the simple act of eating a walnut can become a moment of presence, a small meditation, a reminder that even the most unassuming elements of nature can hold powerful medicine for both body and spirit, especially as we seek to maintain our strength and lucidity in our later years. The beauty of such a practice lies in its simplicity. It does not require expensive equipment or drastic changes to one's life. It is an accessible form of self-care, a whisper of nature's intelligence that we can easily incorporate. Imagine the roots of that great tree spreading deep into the earth, drawing sustenance. These walnuts, in their own way, help us to stay rooted, to maintain a firm foundation of health from which we can continue to grow, to learn, to experience joy. They are particularly beneficial for the heart, another vital center of our being. The good fats they contain help to maintain the suppleness of our arteries, the steady rhythm of our life's pulse. This is not about seeking eternal youth, an illusion that distracts from the beauty of aging gracefully, but about cultivating a quality of life, a sustained vibrancy that allows us to fully inhabit each day we are given. The walnut then becomes a symbol of this quiet, persistent effort, a daily reminder that small conscious choices can weave together to create a strong, resilient fabric of well-being. It's about understanding the language of our bodies and responding with simple, natural offerings. The invitation here is to observe, to become a student of your own body, your own energy. How do you feel after incorporating these small jewels into your diet for a week, for a month? Is there a subtle shift in your mental acuity, a greater ease in your physical movements, a more harmonious rhythm in your days? Often, the most profound changes are not loud or dramatic, but are felt as a gentle unfolding, like a flower opening to the morning sun. This is the wisdom that nature teaches: patience, consistency, and an appreciation for the subtle yet powerful forces at play. The walnut is a humble teacher in this regard. It doesn't shout its virtues, but quietly offers its concentrated goodness. As we age, our bodies may become more sensitive, our digestive systems perhaps a little more delicate. The way we prepare and consume even the healthiest of foods matters. Soaking, as mentioned, can be a wonderful practice, or grinding them into a meal to sprinkle over a warm morning porridge. The key is to find what resonates with your individual constitution, making this act of nourishment one of pleasure and ease, not of rigid dogma. This journey is personal, and the walnut is but one gentle companion offering its quiet strength. Ancient strength. Let us now turn our attention to another remarkable gift from nature's pantry, a seed that has been revered for centuries, across cultures, for its ability to impart strength and sustained energy, the almond. If the walnut speaks to the mind, the almond, with its firm texture and satisfying substance, seems to speak more directly to the physical structure, the very framework of our being. In its unassuming teardrop form lies a wealth of nutrients crucial for maintaining the integrity of our bones, the power of our muscles, and the steady flame of our metabolism, all aspects of health that deserve our mindful attention as we navigate the rich experiences of our senior years. It is a food that embodies resilience, a quality we too seek to cultivate within ourselves. The almond invites us to consider the sources of true, lasting strength, which often come not from fleeting bursts of energy, but from consistent, deep nourishment that builds our reserves from within, much like a well-tended garden yields abundant harvests, season after season. The wisdom of incorporating almonds into one's daily life is ancient, yet its relevance today, especially for seniors, is more pertinent than ever. Our bones, the silent supporters of our every move, can become more fragile with time. Almonds offer a significant source of calcium and magnesium, two minerals that work in beautiful synergy to maintain bone density and resilience. Think of them as the skilled artisans who continuously repair and fortify a cherished temple, ensuring its stability and longevity. Furthermore, the protein found in almonds is of a high quality, providing the essential amino acids needed for muscle maintenance and repair. As we age, preserving muscle mass is paramount not only for physical strength and mobility, but also for metabolic health, helping our bodies to process energy efficiently and maintain a healthy weight. This is not about clinging to an image of youthful prowess, but about ensuring we have the physical capacity to engage with life fully, to walk our chosen paths with confidence and ease, to lift our grandchildren, to tend our gardens, to remain independent and active contributors to the world around us. But the benefits of the almond extend beyond the structural. It is also a wonderful source of vitamin E, a potent antioxidant that acts like a gentle guardian, protecting our cells from the oxidative stress that is a natural part of the aging process. Imagine a skilled painter carefully restoring a masterpiece, gently removing the accumulated dust and grime to reveal the vibrant colors beneath. Vitamin E performs a similar function within our bodies, helping to maintain the health and vitality of our skin, our eyes, and our immune system. When we choose almonds, we are choosing a food that works on multiple levels to support our well-being. The key, as with all things, is mindful consumption. A small handful, perhaps 10 to 12 almonds, is often sufficient to bestow these benefits without overburdening the digestive system. They can be enjoyed as a simple snack, providing a satisfying crunch and a feeling of fullness that can help to prevent less healthy cravings. Or they can be incorporated into meals, slivered over salads, or ground into a flour for baking, adding both nutritional value and a delightful texture. Consider the almond tree itself, often blossoming in early spring, a symbol of renewal and hope even when the last vestiges of winter still linger. It is a hardy tree, capable of thriving in conditions that might challenge more delicate plants. This resilience is mirrored in the nourishment it provides. For seniors, maintaining stable blood sugar levels is often a key concern. The healthy fats, protein, and fiber found in almonds work together to slow down the absorption of glucose, promoting more stable energy levels throughout the day and reducing the likelihood of those energy crashes that can leave us feeling depleted. This steady release of energy is invaluable, allowing for sustained focus and activity, preventing the peaks and troughs that can disrupt our inner equilibrium. Again, preparation can enhance their digestibility and appeal. Soaking almonds overnight not only softens them, but also helps to neutralize phytic acid, an anti-nutrient that can bind to minerals and reduce their absorption. This simple act of preparation transforms the almond, making its inherent goodness even more readily available to our bodies. A gentle act of kindness we perform for ourselves. It is this conscious engagement with our food, this understanding of how to unlock its full potential, that elevates eating from a mere necessity to a sacred act of self-care and profound nourishment. Gentle flow. Now let us explore a vibrant, joyful nut, one that often brings a smile with its unique character and its satisfying ritual of opening, the pistachio. These small, green-tinged kernels are more than just a delightful snack. They are potent allies in maintaining a gentle, harmonious flow within our bodies, particularly concerning our digestive health and the intricate pathways of our cardiovascular system. In the context of our senior years, where the smooth functioning of these internal systems becomes ever more crucial for overall comfort and vitality, the pistachio offers a unique blend of fiber, healthy fats, and powerful antioxidants. It reminds us that nourishment can, and indeed should, be a source of pleasure, a small celebration of the senses that also contributes deeply to our well-being. The very act of shelling pistachios can be a mindful practice, slowing us down, encouraging us to savor each one, a welcome contrast to the often rushed pace of modern life. The digestive system, often referred to as our second brain, plays a pivotal role in our overall health, influencing everything from nutrient absorption to immune function and even our mood. As we journey through life, maintaining its optimal function is of paramount importance. Pistachios are a wonderful source of dietary fiber, both soluble and insoluble. This fiber acts like a gentle broom, sweeping through the digestive tract, promoting regularity and preventing the discomfort of constipation, which can be a common concern for seniors. Furthermore, the fiber in pistachios serves as a prebiotic, feeding the beneficial bacteria in our gut. A thriving gut microbiome is like a well-tended inner garden, rich in biodiversity, contributing to a strong immune system and efficient nutrient uptake. When this inner ecosystem is in balance, we experience a greater sense of lightness, of energy, and of overall well-being. The vibrant green and purple hues of the pistachio kernel are not just visually appealing. They signify the presence of powerful antioxidants, including lutein and zeaxanthin, which are particularly renowned for their role in eye health, helping to protect against age-related macular degeneration and cataracts, a precious gift for maintaining clear vision as we age. Beyond their contribution to digestive and eye health, pistachios offer significant benefits for the heart. They are rich in monounsaturated and polyunsaturated fats, the good fats that help to maintain healthy cholesterol levels, reducing the risk of plaque buildup in the arteries. This supports the gentle flow of blood throughout the body, ensuring that every cell, every organ receives the oxygen and nutrients it needs to function optimally. They also contain phytosterols, plant compounds that can further help to lower cholesterol absorption. Think of these compounds as skilled navigators, guiding cholesterol away from pathways where it might cause obstruction, ensuring clear passage. Moreover, pistachios are a good source of potassium, a mineral that plays a crucial role in regulating blood pressure. By choosing pistachios, we are making a heart-conscious decision, one that supports the steady, reliable rhythm of this vital organ, allowing us to engage with life with a sense of security and vigor. The beautiful thing about these nuts is that their health benefits are delivered in such a palatable and enjoyable package. The invitation then is to incorporate these joyful kernels into our lives with awareness and appreciation. A moderate portion, perhaps a small handful, can provide these remarkable benefits. Because they often come in their shells, the process of eating them is naturally slowed down, which can aid in portion control and promote more mindful eating, a valuable practice in itself. We become more aware of how much we are consuming, allowing our bodies the time to register satiety. They can be a wonderful standalone snack in the afternoon, providing a boost of energy and nutrients to carry us through until the evening meal. Or they can be chopped and sprinkled over yogurt, added to salads for a delightful crunch and color, or even incorporated into savory dishes. The versatility of the pistachio allows it to be woven into our dietary tapestry in numerous creative and healthful ways. As with all gifts from nature, the quality matters. Choosing unsalted or lightly salted varieties is preferable to avoid excessive sodium intake, which can be a concern for blood pressure management. By making these conscious choices, we honor our bodies and embrace the gentle, supportive nourishment that the pistachio so generously offers, helping us to maintain that vital inner flow, that sense of ease and well-being that is so precious at every stage of life, and particularly as we embrace the wisdom and grace of our senior years. Inner warmth. As the seasons of our lives turn and the air perhaps grows a little cooler, we often seek sources of inner warmth, of deep, comforting nourishment that sustains not just our physical bodies but also our spirits. The pecan, with its rich, buttery flavor and satisfying crunch, is such a food. It is a nut that speaks of abundance, of the earth's generosity, and it offers a unique profile of minerals and phytonutrients that can contribute significantly to our well-being, especially in our later years. Often associated with festive times and comforting dishes, the pecan can, and perhaps should, find a more regular place in our daily rhythm, offering its unique blend of energy, antioxidant power, and support for our body's natural defense systems. It's like a gentle, warming embrace from within, fortifying us against the challenges that may come with age and helping us to maintain a vibrant, engaged presence in the world. Pecans are a powerhouse of minerals, including zinc, manganese, and copper. Zinc is absolutely vital for a robust immune system, playing a critical role in the function of immune cells and helping our bodies to effectively ward off infections, a benefit of particular importance as our immune responses can naturally become less vigorous with age. It is also essential for wound healing and for maintaining our senses of taste and smell, small but significant aspects of enjoying life to the fullest. Manganese is a key component of antioxidant enzymes that protect our cells from damage, and it also plays a role in bone health and metabolism. Copper, working in harmony with iron, is essential for forming red blood cells, ensuring that oxygen is efficiently transported throughout our bodies, maintaining our energy levels and cognitive function. When we consume pecans, we are ingesting a symphony of these essential trace elements, each playing its part in the complex orchestra of our physiology, helping to maintain that inner warmth and vitality. Beyond these essential minerals, pecans are packed with antioxidants, ranking among the highest of all nuts in this regard. These antioxidants, including vitamin E in its gamma-tocopherol form, ellagic acid, and various polyphenols, are like diligent guardians, neutralizing harmful free radicals that can contribute to chronic diseases and the aging process. Imagine these compounds as tiny shields protecting our cells from the daily onslaught of environmental and metabolic stressors. This protective action is particularly beneficial for cardiovascular health. Studies have suggested that pecans can help to lower LDL, bad cholesterol, and improve the overall lipid profile, contributing to healthier arteries and a reduced risk of heart disease. Their healthy fats, primarily monounsaturated, further support this heart protective effect. This isn't about halting the natural process of aging, but about navigating it with grace and resilience, with our inner systems functioning as smoothly and efficiently as possible, allowing us to experience a sustained quality of life, a warmth that radiates from well-nourished cells. The rich flavor of pecans makes them a wonderfully satisfying food, which can be beneficial in managing appetite and promoting satiety. A small handful can provide a substantial energy boost, making them an excellent snack to combat mid-afternoon slumps or to fuel gentle physical activity. Their natural sweetness means they can satisfy a craving for something indulgent without resorting to less healthy sugar-laden options. They can be enjoyed raw, toasted to enhance their nutty aroma, or incorporated into a variety of dishes. Sprinkled over oatmeal, added to a trail mix with other nuts and seeds, or even used as a crust for baked fish or chicken, pecans add a delightful texture and a nutritional punch. However, due to their caloric density, portion control is, as always, a mindful consideration. The aim is to harness their potent benefits without overconsumption. By choosing pecans, we are choosing a food that not only delights the palate, but also works deeply within us to stoke that inner fire, that essential warmth that keeps us vibrant and engaged, allowing us to embrace each day with energy and a sense of profound, comforting well-being. This is the quiet gift of the pecan, a true treasure from nature's bounty, especially valuable as we seek to nurture ourselves through our golden years. Veiled shadows. Now, as we have explored the luminous gifts that certain nuts offer, it is equally important, with the same gentle awareness, to turn our attention to those that might cast veiled shadows upon our well-being, especially in the sensitive ecosystem of a senior's body. This is not about creating fear or rigid restriction, for fear itself can be a toxin. Rather, it is about cultivating discernment, an understanding that not all that is natural or commonly consumed is universally beneficial for every individual at every stage of life. The first of these we must consider with care is the peanut. While widely popular and often celebrated for its protein content, the peanut, which is technically a legume, carries certain characteristics that can, for some, particularly seniors, become problematic, subtly undermining the harmony we seek to cultivate within. Understanding these potential challenges allows us to make more informed, more conscious choices that truly support our vitality. One of the primary concerns with peanuts revolves around their susceptibility to molds, specifically Aspergillus flavus and Aspergillus parasiticus, which can produce mycotoxins called aflatoxins. These are potent toxins that can have detrimental effects on the liver and are classified as carcinogens. While commercial peanut products are generally tested for aflatoxin levels and storage conditions can greatly influence mold growth, the inherent risk, however small, is something to be aware of, especially if one's immune system or detoxification pathways are not functioning at their peak, which can sometimes be the case as we age. Furthermore, peanuts are one of the most common food allergens, and even for those without a true allergy, they can be a source of inflammatory responses in sensitive individuals due to their lectin content and high omega-6 fatty acid profile if not balanced with sufficient omega-3s. Chronic low-grade inflammation is a known contributor to many age-related conditions, so minimizing potential inflammatory triggers becomes an act of profound self-care. The way peanuts are often consumed can also contribute to their less than ideal impact. Many commercially available peanut butters, for example, are laden with added sugars, hydrogenated oils, trans fats, and excessive salt, transforming a relatively simple food into something far less wholesome. These additives can negate any potential benefits and actively contribute to health issues such as insulin resistance, cardiovascular strain, and fluid retention. Even roasted peanuts, a common snack, can be problematic if roasted in unhealthy oils or excessively salted. The high heat of commercial roasting can also damage the fats in peanuts, creating oxidized lipids that are not beneficial for our cells. It is this processing, this deviation from the natural state, that often introduces the shadows. If one does choose to consume peanuts, opting for organic varieties, ensuring they are fresh and properly stored, and choosing natural peanut butter with no added ingredients, or even grinding your own, would be the more mindful approach. However, given the other wonderful nut options available, one might question if the potential downsides outweigh the benefits for a senior seeking optimal nourishment. The invitation here is not to demonize the peanut, but to approach it with a clear-sighted awareness. For some, it may pose no issue, but for others, particularly those with a predisposition to inflammation, digestive sensitivities, or compromised liver function, It might be a food that is best consumed sparingly, or perhaps avoided in favor of nuts that offer a cleaner, more consistently beneficial profile. The journey of health is one of continuous learning and adaptation. What served us well in our youth may require re-evaluation as our bodies change. This is not a failure, but a sign of wisdom, of listening intently to the subtle messages our bodies send us. Are there feelings of sluggishness, digestive discomfort, or subtle inflammatory signs after consuming peanuts? Such observations are valuable clues. By shining a light on these veiled shadows, we empower ourselves to make choices that truly align with our goal of vibrant, graceful aging, choosing paths that lead to clarity and lightness, rather than those that might inadvertently weigh us down. This discernment is a key aspect of mindful living and mindful eating. Sweet deception. We now turn our gaze to a category of nuts that, while often presented as appealing and flavorful, can harbor a significant deception, particularly for those of us seeking to maintain optimal health and balance in our senior years. I speak of candied, honey-roasted, chocolate-covered, or otherwise heavily flavored and coated nuts. These creations, while perhaps tempting to the palate, often represent a departure from the inherent goodness of the nut itself, transforming a potentially wholesome food into something that can actively detract from our well-being. The sweetness and added coatings can mask the true nature of the nut and introduce elements that our bodies, especially as they mature, are better off without. It is a gentle reminder that not all that glitters is gold, and not all that is sweet offers true nourishment. Understanding this deception is crucial for making choices that support our long-term vitality. The most obvious concern with these types of processed nuts is their high sugar content. Whether it's refined white sugar, high fructose corn syrup, honey, or maple syrup used in excessive quantities, the impact on blood sugar levels can be significant. For seniors, many of whom may be managing blood sugar concerns, prediabetes, or diabetes, these sugary coatings can cause rapid spikes in glucose, followed by crashes, leading to energy fluctuations, cravings, and over time, contributing to insulin resistance and a host of related metabolic issues. This roller coaster effect is precisely what we aim to avoid when seeking stable, sustained energy and internal balance. The empty calories from added sugars also contribute to unwanted weight gain, particularly visceral fat, which is linked to increased inflammation and cardiovascular risk. It's a sweet allure that can lead down a path of compromised health, a gentle deception that promises pleasure but can deliver imbalance. Beyond the sugar, many commercially prepared flavored nuts are often coated or roasted using unhealthy fats, such as partially hydrogenated oils, trans fats, or refined vegetable oils like soybean, corn, or cottonseed oil that are high in omega-6 fatty acids and prone to oxidation when heated. Trans fats are unequivocally harmful to cardiovascular health, contributing to arterial plaque and inflammation. While awareness has led to their reduction in some products, they can still lurk in processed foods. The refined vegetable oils, when repeatedly heated or of poor quality, can also introduce oxidized lipids into our diet, which are damaging to our cells and contribute to systemic inflammation. Furthermore, these nuts are frequently laden with excessive sodium, artificial flavors, colors, and preservatives, a cocktail of synthetic ingredients that places an unnecessary burden on our detoxification systems and offers no nutritional value. The nut itself, buried beneath these additions, almost becomes an afterthought, its natural benefits overshadowed by the less desirable cloak it wears. The allure of these sweet and savory coatings can also lead to overconsumption. The carefully engineered combination of sugar, salt, and fat is designed to be hyper-palatable, making it difficult to stop at a small portion. This is in stark contrast to the mindful consumption of plain, raw, or lightly toasted nuts, where the natural satiety signals of the body are more easily recognized. When we opt for these highly processed versions, we are often consuming far more calories, sugar, unhealthy fats, and sodium than we realize. displacing opportunities to consume truly nutrient-dense foods. The deception lies in the perception that because the base ingredient is a nut, the product is inherently healthy. However, the processing can strip away much of the good and add much of the bad. The invitation, therefore, is to appreciate nuts in their simpler, more natural forms. If a touch of sweetness is desired, a small drizzle of raw honey or a sprinkle of cinnamon on plain nuts at home, where you control the ingredients and amounts, is a far more conscious and healthful choice. By seeing past the sweet deception, we reclaim our power to nourish ourselves authentically, choosing foods that genuinely support our journey towards vibrant health and graceful aging. Hidden excess. Our journey of discernment now brings us to consider a nut that, in its pure form, is a powerhouse of a specific, vital nutrient, yet if consumed without awareness and moderation, can lead to a state of hidden excess, potentially disrupting the delicate balance within our bodies. This is the Brazil nut, renowned for its exceptionally high selenium content. Selenium is an essential trace mineral, a potent antioxidant, and crucial for thyroid function, immune health, and reproduction. In small, appropriate amounts, it is a true gift. However, the concentration of selenium in Brazil nuts is so remarkably high that it is very easy to consume too much, leading to a condition called selenosis or selenium toxicity. This highlights a profound principle in nourishment and in life. Even inherently good things, when taken to excess, can lose their virtue and become detrimental. Understanding this delicate balance is particularly important as we seek to support our health optimally in our senior years. A single Brazil nut can contain anywhere from 68 to 91 micrograms mcg of selenium, and sometimes even more, depending on the soil in which it was grown. The recommended dietary allowance, RDA, for selenium for adults is 55 mcg per day, and the tolerable upper intake level, UL, the maximum daily intake unlikely to cause adverse health effects, is set at 400 mcg per day. Consuming just 1 or 2 Brazil nuts can easily meet or exceed the daily requirement, and a small handful could push one well over the upper limit, especially if consumed daily over a prolonged period. This is where the hidden nature of the excess comes into play. Because it's a healthy food, one might not suspect the potential for overload. Symptoms of chronic selenium toxicity can be subtle at first but can become quite serious. They may include garlic breath, a metallic taste in the mouth, hair loss, brittle nails, skin rashes or lesions, fatigue, irritability, and gastrointestinal disturbances. In more severe cases, neurological problems can occur. For seniors, whose bodies may have different metabolic rates and detoxification capacities, the risk of accumulating excess selenium might be heightened if consumption is not carefully managed. Thyroid function, which selenium supports, is a delicate balance. Too little selenium can impair thyroid hormone production, but too much can also disrupt thyroid health, sometimes paradoxically leading to symptoms resembling hypothyroidism or even triggering autoimmune thyroid conditions in susceptible individuals. Therefore, while ensuring adequate selenium intake is important, especially as deficiency can be a concern in some populations, relying on Brazil nuts as a primary or frequent source requires careful moderation and awareness. It is a potent medicine from nature, and like any potent medicine, the dose makes the poison or the cure. The invitation here is one of mindful respect for the potency of natural foods. If one chooses to incorporate Brazil nuts for their selenium content, it is generally advised to consume them very sparingly, perhaps one nut, just a few times a week, rather than daily, especially if other selenium sources like seafood, meat, or other nuts in smaller quantities are present in the diet, or if one is taking supplements containing selenium. It's about understanding that more is not always better. True nourishment lies in balance, in providing the body with what it needs in the right proportions, not overwhelming it with too much of any single component, no matter how beneficial that component may be in appropriate doses. This wisdom of moderation is a cornerstone of sustainable health. By recognizing the potential for hidden excess with foods like the Brazil nut, we cultivate a deeper appreciation for the nuanced interplay of nutrients within our bodies and empower ourselves to make choices that maintain harmony and support our well-being with gentle precision, ensuring our efforts to eat healthily are truly beneficial and not inadvertently creating new imbalances. This careful attention is a hallmark of conscious self-care. True essence. As we draw our exploration to a close, let us consider one more common nut, the cashew. Not because it is inherently bad in the way some heavily processed foods are, but because its typical presentation and our consumption habits can sometimes lead us away from its true, nourishing essence. And it serves as a good example for a broader final insight. Cashews, with their creamy texture and subtly sweet flavor, are delightful. However, they are almost never sold truly raw in the shell because the shell contains a caustic oil similar to poison ivy that must be removed through steaming or roasting. The concern then shifts to how they are further processed and consumed. Many commercially available cashews are roasted in oils that may not be of the highest quality or are heavily salted, pushing them into a less optimal category similar to what we discussed with other nuts. This brings us to a crucial understanding. The path to true nourishment is not just about identifying good or bad foods in isolation, but about cultivating an awareness of sourcing, preparation, and most importantly, our own body's unique responses. The true essence of nourishment, especially as we navigate our senior years with grace and wisdom, lies not in a rigid list of rules, but in a cultivated relationship with our food and with ourselves. It is about understanding that the journey to vitality is deeply personal. What one body thrives on, another may find challenging. The real power comes from listening, truly listening, to the subtle feedback our body provides. Do we feel energized and clear after eating certain foods or sluggish and foggy? Is our digestion calm and comfortable or unsettled? This inner listening, this gentle inquiry, is far more valuable than any external dogma. The nuts we have discussed today are merely examples, signposts on a path. The walnut may offer clarity to one, while another finds almonds provide a more grounding strength. The crucial insight is the development of this discerning awareness, this ability to perceive what truly supports our individual constitution and what might subtly detract from it. This path of mindful eating encourages us to look beyond labels and marketing, to connect with the inherent nature of the food. Are we choosing nuts in their most whole, unadulterated form? Are we considering the impact of added sugars, unhealthy fats, and excessive sodium that often accompany processed versions? This is where the true work lies, in making conscious choices moment by moment that align with our deepest intention for health and well-being. It's not about perfection, for that can be a source of stress, but about the consistent, gentle leaning towards choices that affirm life, that build vitality from within. It's about recognizing that every meal, every snack is an opportunity to offer ourselves care, to provide the building blocks our bodies need to repair, to regenerate, and to thrive. This mindful approach transforms eating from a mere biological necessity into a sacred act of self-love and respect. So, the most powerful insight I hope you carry forward is this: your body is your most faithful guide. The knowledge shared today about which nuts might serve you best and which might be approached with caution is a map. But you are the navigator of your own vessel. Cultivate that inner connection. Observe with kindness and curiosity. The true sustenance comes not just from the nutrients in the food, but from the awareness and intention with which we select, prepare, and consume it. This is the essence of holistic well-being, a path that honors the intricate wisdom of our bodies and the profound generosity of nature. Embrace this journey with an open heart and a discerning mind, and you will find that the path to vibrant health in your senior years is not only achievable, but can also be a source of deep joy and continuous discovery. The journey to vibrant health, especially in our cherished later years, is paved with small, mindful choices, not drastic deprivations. It's about listening to the ancient wisdom within our own bodies, recognizing that true nourishment is an act of profound self-respect. May you find strength in simplicity, joy in awareness, and lasting vitality in the gentle embrace of nature's true gifts, choosing always what makes your spirit as well as your body feel truly alive and well. This wisdom is so deeply resonant. For years, I thought all nuts were health food without distinction. Learning to listen to my body and understand the subtle differences, especially regarding inflammation and processing, has been a quiet revolution in my own well-being. Thank you for guiding us towards this more mindful path of nourishment. It's not just about what to eat, but how to approach our food with respect and awareness.